you don't have to be perfect in all the thing. You can start imperfectly. Over the process, you can learn and turn yourself into a perfect. You don't have to stress out by starting everything on a perfect. Just start messy, but I want you to start.
Welcome to the Allow Yourself podcast. And today's guest is so important because she is in a mission to make podcasting simple, stress free, and powerful for women in business. Meet Naciba, the founder of the Podmama Diary, where she shares real stories, honest lessons, and practical tips from behind the mic. Whether it's launching a podcast, building a message, or balancing business and life, Naciba is here to show us your voice matters and podcasting doesn't have to be complicated. Let's welcome Naciba to the show. Hi, Naciba.
Hi, and thanks for inviting me to this show.
Oh, I think you have an amazing mission that really matches to allow
Yes.
yourself. And I bet that most of the people listening will be delighted with the message you have to bring. So,
Yes.
um, when you hear the expression "allow yourself," what comes to your mind?
Yeah, when I hear about allow yourself, the thing that comes into my mind is permission. Permission to slow down, permission to breathe, permission to allow yourself without stressing out. We don't have to be pushy, we don't have to stress everything out. We just have to allow ourselves to take things slowly. In both life and podcasting, I feel like I don't want to push my thing in a faster rate. I can slow down. I can allow myself to take a small, allow myself to take the peace so that creativity, confidence, and clarity will flow naturally.
Wow. Really nice. That allow of slow down, the allow to pause, the allow to let your light shine, how I call it, not just to leave the space for your real light to come out.
Yes, yes, yes.
And what I hear about your mission, just correct me if I am wrong, is that's why I feel it that is so important that women in business especially, but women around the world, we have been educated to be seen only.
Yes,
And in some countries in the world is to be seen. In others, not even that. It's just for
yes, yes.
service. But in most of the countries in the world, women were not allowed to have a voice until very late now in life. So hearing your message, your mission of having a voice is so important. So I would like to know, because we usually think that the limitations are out there, like the world is telling us, um, in Spanish we say calladita más bonita. That means when you're silent, you're prettier. And
Okay.
there is an expression like that. So, what brought you to this mission? What did you have to allow yourself in order to become when you are now? What
Yes.
limitations did you had to overcome?
Yes. Honestly, first, while I was working with many women, I thought I had this one thought in my mind, like women's have beautiful stories. They have powerful stories, but they don't know how to um, show their stories, to show their transformable stories to the people in front of them. because women's have beautiful voices and beautiful thing to share, but they don't have system to do that. They don't have proper system. They are overwhelmed by, because everything is scattered around. People don't know. If you want to start a podcasting as a woman, you don't know what was your launch plan, how to do, how you have to do that. We are overwhelmed. So at the end we think like, okay, I don't want to start this. So I felt this kind of thing with many women around. So that's where I niche down. Okay, I decided to help my fellow women like me. If you want your voice to be seen, if you want your audience to reach out to you through podcasting, I will be there to help you. I will be there to connect your systems, so that I can help other fellow women to allow themselves to make their voice reach better audience, to make their business grow internationally. Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. And in your personal life, what limitation did you have to overcome, or what beliefs did you have to change? Because we are in different parts in the world. You're in
Yes,
India,
yes,
I'm in
yes.
Costa Rica, so each one, and people around the world is listening to us. So, what were those personal limitation beliefs that you have to overcome in lonely in the way to allow yourself to put your mic in front of you?
Yes. Two things I want to share is, first thing is motherhood. I was working in a corporate job for about 2.5 years. And after I become a mother, I have to leave my career. It was a big step. That time I allowed myself, okay, let me start, like I have to be with my baby also. So that time I allowed myself, okay, let me start this online business. Because first I was tense, like I don't know anybody, because working in corporate and coming to this online field is totally different. I was working as a researcher, and I have to drop all my knowledge there, and I have to explore the new field, which is on the opposite end. I don't know anything about online, so I have allowed myself to take my time to learn everything. And I have been here till now because at the time I gave myself time to learn the things. And second thing is, which I always feel like I want to do things perfectly, which created a stress, which created like, I have a lot of clients coming to me, and I don't know if there was some timeline issue, if some videos were not up to their timeline, I couldn't give on their time. I was overstressed, I was not perfect, I thought, okay, I was not perfect, I can't do this. If I couldn't publish my podcast episode on time, I felt like, okay, I'm not perfect. This was the thing, was creating stress with me. At the time, I allowed myself. We have to allow ourselves to give us some freedom, because everybody is imperfect. We don't have to be totally perfect. I decided this one thing. Um, I should allow myself to be imperfect. I have to be for my audience. My audience likes me the way I am. I don't have to be perfectly polished to show before them. This is the two things which I allowed myself to be in this state now.
Wow, that's huge. We say only these two things, but only these two things takes our time and progress to
Yes.
allow ourselves, to give us ourselves the permission first to accept that we don't know what we don't know, that we need
Yes.
to learn something new, and at the age of whatever, that it's 30, 40, 50, 60, okay, or 70, there is no time to start learning new things. And the other one even in motherhood, no, it's to allow yourself to be a mother and to take the time for your son or daughter, and at the same time to take the time to allow yourself to learn. That's the first
Yes,
thing you said. And the second one that you said is not to be perfect. Oh, we are so much in that process. Women mainly. Men, I
yeah,
don't think that way. I think women, we are the main enemies of ourselves, that we criticize very hard if we make mistakes. But
yes, yes,
it's to allow ourselves to make mistakes and not to be perfect is the way for us to learn. Is the way. Yes, we can revise ourselves and do and give ourselves feedback. What did I didn't do correct? What I would like to improve? What I did it well this time, and that's courage to start something that you know that you don't know perfectly. So that it takes
yes,
courage to be vulnerable, like Brené Brown says, right? But is there, as you're saying, is there when we allow ourselves to be authentic, to be
yes,
transparent, to be vulnerable, when
yeah,
everything starts to create, and then we do one step and then another step, and then we have the progress to master, because we never completely master anything. We are changing all the time. So at least
yes,
in a way that we feel secure of ourselves and we feel safe. So,
yes. I usually tell this to my podcast clients. If they are starting the podcast, you don't have to overdo your edit. People want your real voice. They are connecting with your real voice. So you don't have to be perfectly polished episode. You don't have to do that. People are genuinely like you for being their transformable coach, or being their if they want any resource, they have to go to you. So you are in that position. You don't have to be perfectly polished in that area, because people love your authentic voice. They love who you are. That's why they have turned into a devoted listeners.
yes,
Yeah,
and
so
it's so hard at the beginning when we are doing podcasts, or we are in camera, to see ourselves or to hear
yes.
ourselves. Is, oh, I don't like my voice, my pitch is too high. I'm telling you what happened to me, okay? Until sometimes I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because I see I am so critical about my pitch is too high. I was so excited. I couldn't show the calm I had, but that it's the real me. And about that, about the voice, and about the
Yes,
camera, the same thing. Oh, my hair was so messed up, and I didn't wasn't the center, and I was in one side, and so it's really nice way what you say.
yeah,
I call it in my retreats or in my workshops. Just throw your leash, okay? You don't need the leash anymore. Just be
yes,
treat yourself with compassion.
yes,
So, um, allowing yourself to be there. How do you see success? How do you define success in your podcast, for example?
yes. My first success is mindset shift, which I had earlier. What I said was that perfect consistency mindset. I have a baby, so I couldn't record my episodes on consistent manner. So I thought, okay, this is not okay. I'm going to give this up. This podcasting is not fit one for me. Around while starting in 2 months, I thought that. But at the time, I had a chat with a fellow podcaster. She was a host. She's also a mom. She told me, like, you batch record 3 to 4 episodes in a single time. I tried that out, and it worked. At the time, I thought this one thing: okay, podcasting is not about giving people perfectly polished episode on time. It's about giving people the lesson they needed, addressing their pain points, their solution. That solution I can batch record in 2 to 3 episode also. So I decided, okay, let me do this one this time, and if it worked out, I will do for all the other things, all the other podcast episodes, further episodes. That's how I am at this stage now. On the day if I gave up, I won't be till now as a podcast manager. It was a thing which I allowed, that is the time where allow yourself workout for me. I allowed myself to take the time to listen to her advice, to take help from her, so that it worked out, so that I'm a podcast manager now, so that I can help few women's like me out who are still stuck on that phase. Yes. So this is what I
That's
see
brilliant.
success is. This is
Mhm.
what I see the success is. On the day if I quit that thing, if I didn't allow myself to do that thing, I won't be here. This is the bigger definition of success for me.
That's beautiful, Naciba. Um, there is a lot of people that measure success for the amount of followers they have or
Yeah.
for the amount of money they get.
Money. Yes, yes.
And yes, it will come. Probably it will come after. But
Yes.
before, you have to be yourself. You have to see yourself and allow yourself to be successful. And success, as you say, are the small steps that you take and you don't quit. You keep doing it. Okay, sometimes women put so much pressure on themselves. We put so much pressures on ourselves that we don't have that pressure from outside. We have that pressure from inside. Like, I have to do a
Yes.
podcast every single day. If I don't do a podcast every single day, or I need to do two posts a week, or I need to do, we just push ourselves in our head and in our shoulders a pressure that is very hard to meet because we have family,
Yes.
we have children, we have husband, we have other responsibilities too. So that you say is so important. That is, look what works for you. What's your accommodation? You don't have, maybe you can do 4 podcasts this week and next week you cannot do anyone. And then you have, so you do 4 podcasts every 2 weeks. What's comfortable for you?
Yes.
The
Yes.
the juicy part is what the lessons you're giving is also the frequency for the people to know, but it doesn't have to be a law. It's not a law. No, it's not a rule. Is you can have that flexibility is what you're
Yes.
telling
Yes.
us.
Yes.
Just be flexible with yourself and you'll get there. Don't put that pressure. And
Yes.
what kind of pressure have you felt from outside that you needed to change?
First thing is, as a women, we always get permission. We always have this mindset, to get permission to do something. I First thing what I did is I take over that feeling from my head. I decided I don't need anybody's permission to go and talk, to go and sit in front of my mic to talk, because that story is, I'm telling to my mic tells it to everybody, so it happens between us. So I don't need anybody's permission to do that. I have this mindset. And second thing is, I changed my system according to my routine. I don't want to blame the time or something. I developed my own system to help me to reach my goal. Like, which I said before, I batch recorded my episodes. I planned my episode content a week prior, and I planned all my social media clips a few days before, and I scheduled that, so that everything will be planned according to your plan. I don't want to overwhelm, like I don't want to stress this out, I have to do this at last time. I allowed myself to have some peace. So these happens when we do the mindset. Our mindset is everything. We if we decided to do that particular thing, we have to search what was the easiest way to do that. Since we have a lot of things to see, I have a baby, husband, family to look at. Business is also something which empower us. We have to search for steps to make that business easy, along with our roles which we have to do. That's what the thing I decided when I started this online business. At starting, it was a tremendous. I don't know how to acquire clients. I don't know how to do networking with people. But once there was a flow, I um, I learned this thing, that connection and engagement. You have to connect with your audience. You have to know about what they need from you. You have to be raw and authentic for them, because they are the people, they want those resources from you. So you have to be provider for them. You have to in my podcast, I usually give tips for all the new podcast hosts. I'm here serving as a provider. I'm transferring my knowledge which I learned to them through my podcast. So this is what the things I learned. This is what the things which I learned in my online journey. This taken me from where I was at a low point to the point B which I am now. And future also, I will be at the point C where I am decided by having few other mindset shift. Yeah.
Can you tell us about your low point? It's
Yeah.
really interesting because it is. I bet all the audience is wondering what's our low point. I like the flip it over. I call it the flip it over. How can what do we allow ourselves to go
Yes, I
from
thought
the
your book
zipper?
name is Flip It Over.
Yeah, my name.
I like that cover very much. It was over was at the upside down.
Yes, and you read it from the back to the begin, from the back
Oh,
to the front. You read it
okay,
backwards too. The the book in
okay,
that
okay.
say because and I really love what you say. We are really connected in our works because what I also teach is mindset and is how to live in peace and lighten your burden despite
Yeah.
what is happening out there because
Uh,
everything is what you tell to your head
yes,
what
yes,
are these and I call it like in chapter 11 of the book I call it what is the story you're telling yourself. Okay, so according to the story you're telling yourself, are you getting anxious, are you getting peace, if does it help you live the life you want to live? So it's I would love to hear your
yes.
low
Low point.
points. So yeah.
Yeah. It was around 6 months before when I started. I don't have a laptop. I just recorded my first episode with my phone, and I don't have a good microphone also. I just record with voice memo app. It was my first episode. It was totally imperfect. I don't know. I just had 5 to 6 retakes. I don't know whether to publish this or not. At the time, it was around 1 month of my baby's delivery. It was 1 month. I don't know how it will be on that postpartum stage and how it. So I just gone with the flow. Okay, let me publish this. Whatever happens, let it happen. Let me publish this. And after that, for next 2 to 3 weeks, I didn't publish anything. I was like, okay, will this work out? Will people come to me for their editing service? Will I reach many people? I was in this self doubt for nearly a month. And it was like 2 to 3 months, I didn't publish my second episode. And after that, one day, my baby was around 4 months, and he was in next stage achieving his milestone. That's where I thought, okay, he will grow up, but what will be my dream? What was the dream which I started? Will it grow or it will be stuck there? That's where
Mm.
I allowed myself, okay, let me sit down, let me plan, and let me live my life. I have this dream in my head and started planning my episode. And after that, I reached out few referrals, and through them, I got few clients to who I can work with. I did editing for them, and I started very low on a low budget scale. It was my low point at the time. If I didn't do this, if I was stuck on that phase itself, I won't be here helping a lot of women. I won't be here reaching to many people. Though that Naciba who started will be invisible. It was the time people around you will encourage you to do the things. My baby was encouraged me, okay, mommy, I'm also growing, you also grow your business along with me. So this was the encouragement he done in his language, which I understood. So we both started growing. Okay, let me also grow my business along with him. I should not blame my baby for stopping my corporate job. He turned something new, he showed some new world for me. So I decided, okay, let me, with my time, whichever the time which I have, whichever the idea which I have, let me implement that and create my system. And this will definitely help other women like me. So I will be there, I will share my knowledge with I which I gained to another women, so that their life will be transformed, so that I can bring value to their life. This is what I thought while I was starting my business. And now this after that low point, now I didn't achieve big, but I'm happy with what I'm doing now.
Uh, Fantastic, because it's a process, and one thing that is really admiring is that you don't didn't use your son as an excuse not to grow. The
Yes,
opposite, you saw the lessons he was teaching you, that he's growing, so you're growing too. So is so many women are paralyzed by fear
yeah,
of not being a good mother, fear of not have a lot of fears that work in our head, that I won't be good enough, that my I won't have time for my kids, what the other people will think about me, that start building up excuses why I cannot do it.
yes,
And
yes,
that's really when you uh, we know that when we start giving excuses why we cannot do it, is
yes,
because we are in fear, right? So just for the people, women and men that are listening to us, when you start giving excuses why you cannot do it, just think you're in fear. What about
yes,
if you flip it over, as Naciba did in her process, of why I can, yes, do it?
yes,
And so those, you will find the reasons why you can do it. If you want not to do it, you will find the excuses. If you really want to
yes,
do it, you will find the reasons why yes. And the universe will show you also. It doesn't have to be a immediate response.
yes.
It's the
It will take
process.
time. Yeah, it will
Is
take time.
is giving you, if is taking the time, is also, one thing that you said that I really like, but I want to emphasize, is celebrating each step forward.
Yeah,
That, oh, I just did one step. Yes, but you did one. Okay, so if you go up one step each day, at the end of the year, you did 365 steps up. So you
yes.
are, and what do you say about when you are in this allowing process that you start comparing yourself? What
Yeah,
happens with
yeah, yeah. um it comparing not started when I was in now, or it started a day before. It was long back itself. um if my social media is something where people start to compare themselves. I have seen in many reels like people doing this, that they have done something big in their business, and they are receiving so many awards, and I am kind of just starting now. What will I do? That's where a point we have to know that they also been in our place only. It was their low point, which you said before. It will There will be certain low point for them also. They didn't just climb the tree within a few days. They too had their hardship, and they too in the place. If you are a podcast, for example, if you are a podcaster, if you are comparing yourself to someone who is doing podcasting for 5 years, they will have up to 100 episodes. You will just have 3 to 4 episodes. You you are comparing yourself with them. See how much listeners she have. That doesn't work out, because she will also have those first 5 10 episodes where she was stuck. So that comparison will become invaluable, and that comparison will stop you. It will become a roadblock for you. We have to break that comparison. If you want to reach that person, you have to frame your steps, like what are the ways I can reach that person to the like the position that person is now. What are the steps I can do? How long it takes for me to reach that person? You can get their ideas, you can learn from them, and you can implement to reach that position faster. So that if that particular person has reached that position in 5 years, you can implement that and reach that within 3 years, 3 to 2 years. You can do that, you can learn from them. You don't have to compare yourself, and you will have that fear, and you will be anxious, and you don't know what to do, and you will just stop. Okay, you will put a big stop for the thing which you are doing now. It will become a block on your way. So I want to tell the audience that if you're in a podcasting field, and if you are comparing yourself to a fellow podcaster who have lot of episodes, who is publishing her own thing, or doing lot, she will also have the lower point where she started imperfectly. So it takes time for you. At the meantime, you just analyze yourself. You just sit down and think about what the thing you are doing now, and how you can take this better to the next step, so that you can reach that position quickly, so that you can reach that person, the thing which you liked about that person quickly. So this is what I think about comparison.
I
Yeah.
love it because when you compare yourself to others, you can see, you can get two messages. One is, where what do I need to do to get to that position, like you're saying?
Yes.
That's one thing you can see. The other thing you can see is, I am not good enough. What am I not now? I don't see what I can do to get there. I'm seeing, oh shit, what I cannot see, what I'm not enough, what I am not now. So this is a very, as you say, very dangerous
Yes. Yes.
situation when you see yourself you're not enough, because we always say that the grass of the neighbor is greener, right? But we never see all the work he had to do to get a green
Yes,
grass.
yes, yes.
So that we just see the outcome when they are already positioned and in with fame and with a lot of followers. We don't see all the road they had. They don't show us that. Never.
Mhm. Yes.
Sometimes it's very hard for they show us that when they are in the up. So when you are in the progress of building your podcast and building yourself up, it's very important, as you say, to look at the steps they did if you want to learn from them.
Yeah.
But you are unique, you are different. You can get that position, but you won't be that person. I remember one time that I was in the Lisa Nichols workshop, and she said, oh, everybody is telling me that I will be the next Oprah.
Okay.
And she said, oh, no, no, no. I won't be the next Oprah. I will be the next Lisa.
Yeah.
And that's something very interesting of what you're saying of learning from other person, but you will come your true self. Yeah,
Yes.
don't lose your authenticity because you're unique and you have your own light. So that's a really nice. And also I would add to what you say is that in comparison, the best thing to compare is to yourself. Where
Yeah.
were you 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Have you get on some steps? And if you're in a podcast, probably you record yourself. So go back to those episodes when you started recording yourself and see how much you have improved, or what else you would like to change, or what else would you like to do. Because our own comparison is the best.
Best. Yes. Yes. I agree with that. Our best. I read this somewhere that our best comparison should be us the day before.
Mm.
How was us the day before? The next day we have to improve a bit, 1% or 2%. Like that, it will get compounded throughout the year. Compound effect is something very big. It will show at the end of the year, it will reflect, and you will be a new person who you thought as a dream. It will be like a dream person. It will be at the end of the year, all your efforts will be compounded, and you will achieve something huge. Yeah.
It's very important, and celebrate each 1% or 2%. Celebrate, because feel it in your body. That I agree with you that it's so empowering when you see that you have grown even 1%, because there is a lot of people, a lot of women that I know that once they reach their goal, or they don't appreciate it because it's like the syndrome, like it's slowly, slowly, slowly. You cannot feel it, you cannot see it. So
Mm.
celebrate it so you can feel it and see it, because then you don't give to those improvements the value that they really have.
Yeah, yeah. This gives me something like I worked with a client. Her episode release is on Wednesday. To celebrate her each episode wins, she used to order food and eat the best food which she likes. She tells me like, I'm releasing one episode. That one episode is celebration for me and I have to celebrate it. She does this every week so that she loves that thing, to release her episodes, to release her podcast, and she celebrate even the launch is something huge.
Oh, amazing, amazing. It's like giving the stickers to our kids, right? They put us
Yeah,
the one sticker
yeah,
and they say the full page with stickers. So
yes,
that we need it. We like it too. It's really motivating.
yeah.
Oh, Naciba, I really admire your work in giving the permission, the allowing those women to have a voice and really tell the stories they have. And I would like to ask you, if you would go, let's say, 2, 3 years ago, or to your teenager Naciba, what will you tell her or whisper her to allow herself that she didn't allow herself before?
Yeah. In my teenage, like I was that super perfect. I studied in college. I got the top degree. I studied in a good university. I made good marks. I just think that if I met my teen Nasiba, I will tell her that give yourself time. You don't have to stress out. There is a way for everything out. I will just sit with her and I will just pat with her and tell her, okay, just go with the flow. You don't have to overlook, you don't have to take up stress, just go with your flow. Everything changes over time. In my teen, I thought that I will become a good researcher and I will work in a food industry, but I never thought I will come into podcasting. So every plan will change. You don't have to overstress yourself. This is what I will tell to my teen if I see her in my dreams, or if I if I meant to see her somewhere.
Yes. Tell. So we tell the adults now that we also have the teens inside. Right now, give yourself time.
Yeah,
Don't rush. Flow with the time. Flow with your
yeah,
life and do it as easy flowing and light as you feel it. And joy is the key, right?
yes.
And joy is the key. Where can we find you, Naciba? Just tell the audience where they can find you.
Yeah, I have my website, the podmamadiary.com. If you want my service, or if you are a woman who don't know to launch, or if you are stuck in launching process, or if you have an ongoing podcast and you want to increase your visibility, or do you want to promote, or if you have anything, any doubt regarding your podcast, you can come on one-on-one consultation with me. It's free, so you can book a call with me. It's available in my website, thepodmamadiary.com. And I'm available in all social media platforms. You can search as the Pod Mama Diary. And I do have a podcast in Apple, Spotify, and other platforms. That's also the Pod Mama Diary. And if you have, like, if you are a woman, you want to amplify your voice through podcasting, you can reach out to me anytime you want. Yeah.
Beautiful. So the Podmama Diary is Podmama Diary.
Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful. I say thank you very much for sharing your heart, for sharing your journey, and Nasiba sharing your wisdom with us today. This conversation is really a powerful reminder that allowing ourselves isn't a one time decision. It's a daily practice, as you say, of courage, of grace,
Yes.
and self trust. For everyone listening, may you give yourself permission. Allow yourself to take up time, to
Yeah.
take up space, to rest and to begin again and to
Yes.
become really all what you think you meant to be.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Nasiba.
Thank
If you
you.
want to another word to say,
Yeah. First thing I want to say is, you don't have to be perfect in all the thing. You can start imperfectly. Over the process, you can learn and turn yourself into a perfect. You don't have to stress out by starting everything on a perfect. Just start messy, but I want you to start. Starting is really a hard step. Just take this out, and on the flow, you will figure out how to do and how to improve yourself. Yeah. And
be,
I will, if I get a chance to read your book, I will definitely do that. I loved your concept of flip it over.
oh, perfect. I will send you the link so you can
Yeah.
get it in Amazon. And
Yeah,
as I
okay.
always finish my podcasts, what in one word, what do you take from
About all
today? From
like
today.
today, it's like, just give yourself permission to slow down, or just allow yourself. Allow yourself is a one word which I learned today.
Perfect. Love it. Thank you very much. And
Yes.
I I I am sure that the audience got a lot of juicy things today. Thank you,
Yeah.
Nasiba. See you
Thank you.
next time.
Yeah, sure. Bye.
Bye.